So strange being in this house after all these years.
Stone the flamin' crows. Shelley Sutherland.
Alf. It's so good to see you. It's been way too long.
Yeah, it sure has.
Reese sends his best.
Oh, that's great. How is he?
It's good. He's really good.
That's great.
And this must be Oliver.
Ali, this is Mum's mum. Are you Grandma? This is Grandma. Ali.
This is for you.
I'm sorry, I guess a bit shy with new people.
Oh, please don't apologise. It'll take us some time to get to know each other.
Oliver, do you want to open your present from Grandma?
Okay.
Actually, why don't the three of us go for a walk? I could do with some air and it'll give you and Ollie a chance to get to know each other.
Sounds good.
Come on, Ollie.
Aren't you a sight for sore eyes? I never thought I'd see the day, not after the scandalous way you left. Well, of course, I never judged you and Reese, but other people in the town couldn't help gossiping.
It's good to see you too, Colleen.
Yeah, well, I'm glad that Miles listened to my advice. I did suggest that Kirsty needed her mother at a time like this. How is the poor girl today?
She's getting there. She and Ollie are outside, actually. I'm here for some drinks. 3 orange juices.
Oh, yeah, coming right up. So, what's your news? How are the girls? Is Danny still in France?
Hey, how's it going at home with Bum Bum?
All right, I guess.
You're not happy about him staying?
It's just a bit of a shock, that's all. I still can't believe that Doc's allowed Martha to take him in.
They couldn't find an appropriate alternative, and Martha wanted to do it. We could vouch for her. They also thought the fact that you'd spent some time in Indonesia might help him adjust.
Given I hardly speak the language, I don't see how. Anyway, if he gets too attached to Martha, isn't it just going to be harder on him when they move him on?
Maybe, but I guess that's not going to be an issue if her application's approved.
Her application for what?
When exactly were you planning on telling me you want to foster him?
You keep your voice down. He's in the other room.
No, I will not keep my voice down. How can you even consider this without talking to me first?
Why do you think? Because I knew you'd fly off the handle.
And you were right. Applying to foster him is just... it's insane. When did you decide this?
This morning.
And you didn't think it was worth mentioning?
I wanted to see if it was possible first. Otherwise, there'd be no point in having this conversation.
Martha, you're not getting it. First, it's a couple of days. Now it's longer term. You can't just make decisions that affect us as a couple without consulting me.
The application was for temporary placement only, which means until he finds a family. It is not a lifetime commitment.
And what exactly does temporary mean?
I don't know, like 3-6 months, I don't know.
Do you get that you're not the only person to consider in all of this? Other people live in this house too.
Which is why I thought that he could live with me on the farm full-time if things don't work out here.
That's not the point.
But what is the point? I don't understand why you're making such a big deal out of this.
I'm making a big deal out of it because you're making a mistake.
You know what? I can't talk to you when you're like this. I'm going ahead with the application whether you like it or not.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to lose it with you. I guess I just let my worry get the better of me.
I was always going to tell you about this. That was the plan. I honestly thought you would be okay with this. I can't believe how wrong I was.
It's not just you I'm worried about. It's Bum Bum. Spending time in Indonesia gave me a pretty good insight into how Indonesian kids are brought up.
Oh, I know, it's different to here.
Yeah, it is. The language, obviously. The culture. I mean, it's important he doesn't lose sight of where he's come from. You need to think about what's best for him in all this.
So you think I'm being selfish because I want to look after him?
I don't think you could be selfish if you tried. But he's been brought up in a world that we could never fully understand. He needs to be with people who can give him everything that we can't. His attachment to you, it's natural. You were the first person to show him affection when he was found. Of course he's going to latch on to that. But that doesn't mean that you're the best person to be looking after him. You have the most beautiful, generous spirit of anyone I've ever met. But this isn't the right thing to do. And I think if you really look inside yourself, you know that too.
And what shall we make for his nose? How about tomato?
Yeah.
Okay. That's good hair. Look, he's smiling.
Good smiling.
He is.
So I can't believe that she's here.
Are you sure you're not angry about me calling you Mum?
No. Not at all. I like that she's here.
At first I was thinking it might be nice to have a ceremony for the baby, you know?
No, I can't. I'm sorry.
Sure. Kirsta, I can't keep on doing this on my own. We really need to be doing this together. I'm worried about you. What you said last week about blaming yourself for what happened.
I should go and check on Ollie and Mum. Oh, is it okay if you sleep in Romeo's room again tonight? That way Mum can share with me.
Sure.
Thanks.
I just spoke to Docs. They're only about 10 minutes away. I've got to say, I was surprised when you rang and said you wanted to bring Bum Bung in. You seemed so certain about applying to foster him this morning.
Yeah, once we had a chance to think about it, we realised it wasn't the right thing for me or for him.
Is that the only reason you changed your mind?
Yeah, why wouldn't it be?
It's just Hugo didn't seem too thrilled about the idea when I saw him earlier at the diner.
He wasn't as keen on the idea as I was.
But I'm sorry that he had to find out from me. I just assumed that he knew.
That's okay. Anyway, I think he was right. We need to think about what's best for Bun Bun. And that means finding him the right family that can look after him better than I can.
Hey. How'd it go?
Bun Bun just left with the Docs officer.
How was he?
He was upset and crying, and he didn't want to let go of me.
You did the right thing. I know it doesn't seem like it now, but you did.
I hope so. I know I didn't know him for long, and sorry, I'm really tired.
It's really good to be here, sweetheart. Miles seems lovely, and it's pretty obvious Ollie thinks the world of him. You know, it may not be my place to say this, but is there something more going on between you and Miles? I mean, more than just the baby.
Next time on Home and Away.
It's a bummer I've got to stay in town all night. Depending how it goes, it might even be 2 nights.
Xavier, we shouldn't be using Liam's place without asking.
It's going to be a tea party compared to the parties Liam would throw.
Happy Halloween. Does this party rock or what? You call this a little get-together?
You having a good time?
Are you kidding?
Why don't we make this even more fun?
Come on, guys. Just go, please. Come on, mate. Just go. This party's over.